Organic as Fuck Talk. I am Pretty B.
And I'm the love bug. Hey.
Hey, so we about to get into these vibes.
Yes.
Into my vibe today first.
What? You know, I'm always shocked whenever you do that. I'll be like, wait, am I supposed to have a song?
I got the song.
Right.
So my vibe of the day is my same vibe that I had on the live. It is going to be my Royal Oil by Lord Jones. And it is so bomb. It is 1,000 mg of CBD. And you can also take this by mouth. So, and it's been really clearing my skin and everything. So it's bomb. I don't even have to use moisturizer. A few drops, rub it in your hand, and you want to pat it on your face.
Yeah.
Like that. And then you can kind of, yeah.
That's what's up. I like that product. I do. That sounds real quality. Like
it's definitely quality. I'm not trading it. It's gonna have to fit in the budget.
Yes.
So yeah. And I've had it for over 2 weeks.
Give that a try.
Yeah. And then y'all know I gotta have a song. So I love this brother. His music, his mixtapes, is so dope. His name is Londrell.
I do know one thing though. Feelings they come, they go. Saturday through Sunday, Monday through Sunday, yo.
Yeah, I love that good positive vibe music right there, right? Okay, so my vibe of the night is something that's really special to me. Okay, can you see that right there?
Yes.
So that is Culminate, and these are the first 2 stones that I've ever mined. It's 2 because it's broken apart, but this is the first thing that I've ever mined. And because I got called to let me know that the mines were open again, I thought about it, right? And Culminate though is such a special. This is a quartz type of stone. This right here, I actually got it like right on time because it's one of those stones that helps you as you're gaining perspective, right? So along the awakening journey for me, one of the things that I learned in the course of awakening was how to hold multiple perspectives in my situation, and then as far as any group that I'm dealing with, and then as you become more sensitive to other individuals' energy and different things that people have going on, you need to have sensitivity in perspection, right?
And we are jumping into body positivity. Today we're talking about body positivity.
Yeah. I think this is an important topic because there's a lot of body shaming that goes on in this world, in our daily lives, in social media, and just different places. And I just feel like this is a very important topic for us men and women, because men
I agree.
are being body shamed as well. So I think that this is a good topic to jog. And I'll say this. I'll say that I am, as we just talked about perspective, right? Being considerate to many sides of this component with the body shaming is necessary, because a lot of people think that skinny people don't have nothing to worry about, or thick people don't have nothing to worry about, or whatever shapely people, however you want to categorize them. A lot of people tend to write off people's feelings on body image because, you know, some people tend to look like, well, what are you talking about? Like, well, if you had what I had, or if you was carrying what you would, you know. And I think that the first step to having a positive body image is to realize that a lot of people could be dealing with something in relation to their body, and I think it's important to be sensitive to the variety.
I agree.
Feel it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's something that we should talk about. And I do love the fact that people are not afraid to be themselves. You have like Lizzo, who will wear her
bikinis
and put the cheeks on you and show you and be like, look, this, you know, like, and got real breast that really, you know, ain't no real breast sitting up here. Okay, I don't care what nobody say, ain't no real breast.
Looking
when
like
the bra
a
comes
collarbone
off,
all up on your neck.
they still might be shapely, but they ain't sitting up like how they sitting up with a bra on. So I really love seeing people really not afraid to be themselves and like, look, shit, I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do it. And I think that for some of the rules, so coming through, like breaking through a stereotype or a box, sometimes you can be extreme. I think that sometimes I think that there's a component of that. I'm not like a huge fan of Lizzo. I've seen a few interviews with her. So I don't know if maybe that was a component of it. Like, I'm gonna just come out and hit him with it. Like, so what the fuck else can you say besides I got a little meat on it and I'm comfortable with it? You know, like I think there can be extremes to things like that, especially if someone's breaking a barrier or a thought process that's restricted them in their life somehow related to body image. Like if they're breaking it, I think you can go to an extreme side and just be like,
yeah, I've seen people go to the extreme. And what I do like about her is that when people will make memes about her, she been done made a meme for you of her of her doing something. So it's like she really has a lot of confidence, and I love that.
Yeah. I think confidence ultimately is the thing that, if on the other side of that, is attractive to most people. Like, regardless of what you may feel is an important shape. You know?
Yeah.
I saw something interesting on the internet the other day, and it made me think more about the men. There were some men that were worried about the sides of how high their chest set, and I mean even down to waist and ab, like, and it just was showing like their extremities that they go through in the gym for a particular physique, or you know, possibly used to be have what they considered poor shape as a child and was picked on, you know, and it's made them go into an extreme other side. And it just made me think about the men more, you know, because I don't think we realize that they have issues with body as well. And particularly with, I'm thinking about the gray sweatpants situation, right? And, and I think that there's like Will Smith just posted a video where
I seen a video
working out, and within the comments, like some people started to talk about his print, and I'm thinking, like, first off, he's already being vulnerable with his moment of getting back in shape and things like that, and you shouldn't have to be worried about somebody looking at your bulge because it's exposed, or even making comments that could, you know, that can make you very self-conscious, you know. And I think that these comments be a little bit too much either way. If some people thought it was a compliment and want to call you very endowed, that can be uncomfortable, you know, or if they're just like, whoa, I was expecting something else, you know what I mean? And all on public platforms with it and commenting like it's not a real person.
That's a lot of internet stuff too nowadays. Like, people comment like people are not real human beings. People are like they're perfect. Like, no, you're not even perfect. Why you typing? Like, it's probably some shit going on in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people are quick to buy. It will be funny if you actually clicked on like one of the profiles that be body shaming or talking about people under the picture,
Be a hot
you be like, what the fuck?
Either they a hot ass mess or they ain't got no pictures at all. Like,
And you afraid to even show yourself. And it's yeah, that's crazy to me. Like that is just crazy. Like to think some people think that they're giving you a compliment when it's not. Like I grew up heavy chested my entire life. So that is the first thing people look at. From I've had men to women look or ask me if they're real. I've been in a bathroom.
Big old bitties.
I've been in a bathroom and a woman asked me like, "Are those real?" I'm thinking about getting some. What do it feel like? Like these are real, honey.
Like, could you let me answer first?
Like these are real. And so to have people stare at you and whether it be a comment or not, to hear it over and over and over and be sexualized in that way, like it's not fun. It's not fun all the time.
I'm one of those people that try to figure. I've always been shapely my whole life, like always been shapely. Like even when I was pushing 300, I still
we've been there,
shapely, right? And it started with family first. Oh, she's a brick house, look at the shape, or I mean, down to the comments about the ankles. Like, you have ankles. My ankles have always been skinny. It's just too much of the comments into where it made me very conscious of my body. And like, I just felt like I wasn't overreacting. I just felt like I couldn't move particular ways. I couldn't wear particular things, or it would make it worse, or you know what I mean. So I've gone through many phases with it, where I've gone through many phases with that within the family, and then even just outside. Like, I know people love a warm, beautiful personality, and seeing, and of course people are going to be like, hey, how you doing, and things like that. But to be stared down to where you can feel eyeballs on the crack of your ass, okay, and you're not looking for that sort of attention. And it's like, I was going into my juice place the other day, and I swear it was 4 dudes outside that literally made the crack of my ass sweat, because they, I'm chuckling, but that shit, like, then to outside. So what I'm saying is that it's made me wonder why people want to do things for a particular type of attention, because I don't care for that type of attention, and nor am I seeking it. But if your clothes fall a particular way, or you just want to be comfortable with what you're wearing because the world is so overly sexualized, you get nice guys too. I don't want to make it seem all horrible. I meet a lot of nice guys, but you get a lot of the old, I don't want to say old perverts because it's young ones too. You get a lot of the perverts who have no self-control, who literally do a disgusting gawk. Like, it's fucking disgusting. And I just don't understand why anybody would want to put themselves in that position, on top of what I'm saying is alter their body image so much in a way, and then dress a particular way and go out like that. Like, on a day-to-day basis, being a person who is receiving more bodily attention than she desires. I just don't understand why anybody would want to walk into that. Like, if you're not, whatever the profession is and things like that, and maybe you're doing it to enhance your career or things like that, I don't understand that, because it's just sometimes it's a such thing as too much and being uncomfortable, and making people feel uncomfortable, because not everybody who is shapely and decided to wear a dress is looking for that type of attention. Like, I'm not in the fucking music video. Like, I'm going to the grocery store. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So that I kind of wonder about that sometimes when I see, like, I've watched My Strange Addiction, and I've seen like women like enlarging their breasts like really, really big.
Oh yes,
and
I've seen on Instagram and on Botch.
Yeah. So I've seen that side about it. And You know, and that's the perspective that it's given me. They're like, well, why would you want anybody to objectify you with their eyes like that? You know what I mean? Like, for people that are doing it for that reason, other, you know, because I think any enhancement that you do for self really should be for self. Like, and not
anything I do, I'm doing for self. I'm doing for self. Yeah.
I feel that that's a form of body shaming. And I've gone through an extreme to where I just said, fuck it, like I'm gonna do what makes me comfortable and I'm gonna wear this, and regardless of how somebody else can't control themselves, then I'm not gonna worry about that. Because if you ask me, we ain't even supposed to be wearing clothes. Like, what if we still didn't wear clothes?
We know that you think we should not be wearing clothes.
I'm just saying. But yeah, I think that that's a form of body shaming. And one of the things that just helped me was just knowing that this is who I am and what I'm projecting. And I cannot dictate what somebody else's mind does with my body. That's something that helped me through it, I'll say. You know?
Yeah. Because I understand, because like I was developed up here, because I ain't had much back there. We still working on that. That's all right though. But
she probably was feeling like that, but somebody was peeping her cakes. But go ahead.
So I was really developed here, and so I would be in high school walking home and I looked older. So I would try to dress like a boy, lightweight. I would wear baggy pants and maybe like a tight shirt and a little bit lip gloss, so that I look, you could clearly, you know, my hair back then was really curly. And so I like a curly ponytail or a bun or something. But I would be like 15 and 16 getting grown ass men coming up to me. So when girls were lying about their age, I was lying about my age, but saying I'm younger than what I was. And I felt like it was so disgusting. I would have men walk up to me and I would try to lie and say I'm younger than what I am. And they're like, oh.
Yeah.
So,
I've had men be overly aggressive too. Like, where you almost scared to, like, you trying to give your number and go about your business because they're too aggressive. And that's crazy. And I think when cell phones hit the scene, because yes, I'm old enough to have gone through that change for cell phones to become main instruments, like landlines was dying. You know, everybody had a cell phone, and for somebody to dial your number on the spot is like, woo!
Oh, let me tell you, somebody did that to us, and we gave him the wrong number and did not know that he had a cell phone, and he got super mad and threw a bottle.
She's like,
you know, and I was so
and this particular
start cussing us out.
Like, this particular experience, quick story. This guy actually was in a relationship, and the girl called me, okay, on my room phone. She was like, quick story. She was like,
look, let me sit.
You know, such and such or whatever. And I was like, cool. I didn't remember the name right off. And let me tell you, like, anytime you out in the streets walking with your friend, you didn't went to the mall or whatever, traffic was heavy. And I was cute. But what I'm saying is, she was like, you know, such and such or whatever. And I was like, who is that? Who is such and such? You know, and she was like, oh, so you just met this many niggas and you don't know who fucked it? I said, what are you talking about? Like, who is this? You know? And she was like, my man is whatever. And she said his name. And I remember, because he was a dude that had made me so uncomfortable. Like, literally, he was too aggressive for my ass. So I was like,
like, girl, I wasn't gonna call him.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, can you throw my number away? Because I didn't want to talk to him anyway. He was out there talking. Like, how do you call? This is hell of a side note. How do you call? Like, I threw my number at him. How you call me like I threw my number at him? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I said, call me. Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you call another person about a number in your man's pocket?
You should be asking your man, why do he have that number?
Exactly. But I'm just like, well, shit, yeah, I don't want to talk to his ass anyway. you probably should think twice about who the fuck you be calling on the phone too. You know what I mean? Like, story time over. That's how that went. And I just was like, and I'm only like 16. And apparently he was grown enough to live with somebody, you know? So it just, but that was a hell of a side story. Like, back on topic, like, I've had some experiences and I've gone through phases where I did dress differently because I wanted to be more covered up, because I went through a tomboy phase, which I think a lot of people do anyway, or what they like to call the tomboy phase. And I was very covered. Like, I literally had, like, I want to say about 3 years straight where it was a jacket on, honey. That jacket was on and it was zipped, and I don't care how hot it was outside. And it really, really did something to me. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah.
Like, I did not like that shit. Like, I would be older, a teenager, and I got grown men walking up to me and not caring that I'm actually saying I'm younger than what I am. You have no business trying to talk to me anyway, and then being aggressive. And just always, even as an adult, just people automatically stare here. I got eventually kind of, you know, okay, some people staring because they are hella big, you know, like, and then, but then some people, it was just like,
a gawk.
Yeah, like a gawk. And it's just like, hello, I've been in places where I'm like, I'm up here. Like, literally, I've said it, I'm up here. And it's hella annoying. And then another thing is, like, I get what you're saying about the family thing, because I didn't grow up with a lot of junk in my trunk. I was very heavy chested and I had junk in my trunk. So to have people constantly talk about, like, yo, how white you are, or you ain't got no booty, or not, and something you don't have control over as a kid.
Right.
Like, we do that in the Black community. We do that, and I think it needs to stop, because it's not right. Like, you don't know what complex you giving that person. I would dress and not wear certain things. I had a lot of like complexes about myself, from my skin color to, oh, I don't have enough, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like, this is shit. I'm doing something now because I'm hitting.
Why the fuck everybody need butt bumpers? Like, what the fuck is the obsession?
Yeah.
With the
so
butt
I'm like,
cheeks?
I be hitting my face now. So y'all seen my little games. I know y'all seen on my Instagram. But yeah, and it really, that's something I feel like I had to, we reteach our kids, our family members, to not love on themselves. Like, we're so busy looking at every little thing. Oh, your face shaped like this, your head hella big, yo, and yeah, we let it cap in its.
You are usually body shamed by family first.
You're usually body shamed by family, and they don't probably intentionally think, like, I'm gonna body shame this kid, or but it's not cool. It's not cool. You don't know what people carry throughout their lives with that. And like, I had to do a lot of that. Like, that fucks with your self-love.
Yeah.
Because you're automatically taught that something is wrong with you.
Yeah. It actually separated me from my sensuality. I had to later in life go back to be able to regain those pieces, to be able to feel sensual and comfortable. Like, you know, Nas said something back in the day that really became my little mantra, because he was like, I'm not trying to sexy you out. And that was so cute to me, because I was just like, hey, like, I get it, but I'm just trying to live. But and that helped. That was something else that helped me through the process. But family really is the first to body shame you, and then and make you and give you a perception of self immediately. I don't care if it's just my daughter talks about this. Everybody immediately calling her their chocolate drop or things like that, even though it can be a term of endearment. It's something based on her skin. And she said people in class would ask her, like, well, how come you're allergic to chocolate and you are the color of chocolate? You know what I mean? So, like, she dealt with it at home. It's not something that I've never done it. you know what I mean? It's not something that comes to my mind. But I do see that with most darker complected people, that a lot of people are trained to immediately tell them how beautiful their skin is. And we know that their skin is beautiful, but I'm saying that there's a trained automatic reaction to that skin that's delivering, in some cases, insincere compliments. And people are aware of that. You know what I mean? But I think it's just the train. It's one of I think that people try to be positive and give positive energy on, but I think that it's just become a trained false reaction. So you have to think about somebody that's on the other side of that and is constantly hearing the same thing and what their experience is like in the world. Whether it, like I said, whether it be what is supposed to be a compliment, good or bad. Like it's
we do need to think about. I think we've all in some form done it, because I think I've used chocolate drop before, but not meaning it like that. But when
a lot of people don't at all.
And they don't mean it. I just feel like my pretty little kisses. Like I think I've said it before. It's like maybe my niece, but we definitely should be more conscious, because I didn't get that. Like, I wish somebody would have been like, macadamia something. I got white girl. White girl. That's white girl. And I'm used to it now.
Not macadamia, wait. I'm done.
I love macadamia. But I'm used to it now, because even my, one of my parents called me that, and I'm used to it. I don't take offense of it. But
like my latte.
Call me a vanilla latte. Vanilla latte. But
I hope I never said anything insensitive like that. I do. I can remember you having very light legs too. Like,
we used to talk about how white my legs was and things like that, but I would wear pants all the time and I would try to cover up all the time, and I didn't get a lot of sun a whole bunch because I looked older than what I was, because for a long time I was taller than most people. Now I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'4.5", 5'5". Right. So I was taller than most. I was getting, I don't think people that were close to me really meant any harm, but they didn't realize what I was getting outside of them, and why my legs were so white, why I didn't wear, shorts. And because I was getting a lot of looks at my legs, ooh, your legs thick, from grown men, and ooh, your chest is big. And so I would cover up, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
And then I let the girls out when I got grown, because I like my girls.
Yeah. Yeah, like when you can come into enjoying a body, and I guess that's a part of growing up and going out into the world. You have to deal with the looky-loos and the overly aggressive men, and then even some women who want to give you these eyes because they feel a particular type of way.
And I've had to be like, look, not today. I'm not.
You gonna get this cleavage.
Yeah, and it's just like,
hey,
yeah,
it's like I've never seen no titties before. Like, ooh. Yeah, sometimes I wish I grew up in Miami or something where people just naturally naked and in the sun more so. It's like used to the skin. Like, cause can y'all chill? Like, dude, and especially once I really became in tune with the nutrient absorption from the sun and learning to have natural products on my skin so I could amplify it, I really was like, what the? I don't want no clothes. Wear as less as possible. I'm trying to charge throughout my day. Like, what Yeah.
When you learn to love yourself, and I think that it goes back to our episode with self-love, because as a kid, if you're hearing you're this, you're that from your own family, and it might be jokes and fun, but at the end of the day, that kid goes home and lay in bed and have their own thoughts about those different things. And I was able to be blessed to have parents that were like, you're beautiful, and things different like that, but
I tried to hide my breasts. My breasts started coming in the fourth grade. And we were at the park and I went down the slide, and it was something poking on the side of the slide that scratched my under boob, the start of my boobs. It scratched me. So of course I'm like, I go run into my mom, like, and she lifted my shirt all the way. Cause at this age, I'm getting myself dressed. Like I was able to conceal the titties, right? She lifted my shirt up to take a look at what was going on. And she said, you got titties. I was done. I melted at the park. I forgot about the scratch. I was over that shit.
Like,
I
Mom, play dating. I don't even want to play anymore. Take me home. Take me home.
You got titties. I love my mom. She was so shocked. It really shocked her because like I said, at that age, I'm bathing myself. I'm dressing myself for school and everything. Yeah. And they were forming, and I adjusted my posture, which is something that I did as a kid. So I think these are cues for parents who have teenagers and things like that. When your teenager starts to overly dress and it's hot outside, when anything, I changed my posture. I did not want.
I feel. I have to correct myself. I still have to correct myself because I would try to be.
Nope. Like, like why are they such a big deal? Like that's the thing that I hate about an over-sexualized society is that when you start to develop and grow, the way that the world does you prevents you from embracing sensuality, which is such a natural part of who we are, right? And there's so many things that are attractive and beautiful, and like we were talking about that the other day, like just being able to step into who you are and where you are as a person and just fully loving yourself exudes a different type of energy that is fucking contagious. So it's like, so that's that.
All right, we out. I'm Pretty B.
I am the love bug.
And we are out. We love you guys. Body positivity.
Keep it positive. I love myself. I am love, and I am present.